Hey YouTube, so what I'm doing right now is I'm basically going over tackle, and I'm using my tablet. I've got a new stand for it, so I want to try that out. It seems to work okay. I don't know where the microphone is, so I don't know if this is even gonna come through. But I don't even know what brand hooks these are. These were given to me by a friend, and he seems to be doing very well on them on alligator gar. They're kind of short, but they're really wide gapped and they're really thick. Of course, you're going to want them to swallow these hooks like you want them to swallow any hooks. I, I've gone through really big hooks with gar, with 100-pound leads, 100-pound mono, and it works. You know, big hooks do work, but surprisingly, the small hooks work extremely well too. They easier to swallow, and just once they get in there, you basically got to cut the fish's head off to get the hook out. It's in there. Um, so what I've got is some 50-pound mono, and this is cheap shit, and the cheap line is better than the expensive line when it comes to leader line, because the expensive line is not as stiff, and you want leader line to be stiff. And this Trilene Big Game, this is trash line. I wouldn't put this on a reel, but it's really good for leaders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snell a rig up real quick. We'll go ahead and put the tag through like so. Do a good little amount of tag there. Everybody probably does this differently. This is just how I do it. And then I take the back end and I put it right through the front like so. Pull that up so you kind of get a loop. You're gonna get a loop there. And next, the two tags that are hanging out the front of the guide here, I want to pinch these together, and I want to pinch them along the base or the shaft, say. And what really helps are a pair of these little, I'm trying to find where the camera is. There it is. Little clippers. Some of y'all use these for smoking joints. I don't smoke weed, but I do fish, so I have a pair. So I'm going to go ahead and just clip these on the base of this end here, just to hold it down so it's not bunching up. You can see. Okay, now the back tag right here, that's part of the loop. We're going to pinch that down, and we're going to go ahead and start wrapping that around the other two on the hook. And you can't see it that well, but and you want to go around it 6 times. If the line allows it, if you're using lighter line, you can probably go 7 or even 8 if you wanted to, I guess. But for this 50-pound, see how it's curling over? For this 50-pound test, you're going to want to do it 6 times. And I'm going to kind of just eyeball it. You've got it wrapped. And you're going to see all this line is going to be coiled up like that. You want to get that undone. You want to get that undone off of that loop. This might get confusing once that's completely uncoiled. Now this is kind of the dangerous part, because I can't tell you how many times I've hooked myself doing this. But I'm going to take that clip off. Now I'm still holding it. You got to hold it on there. I'm going to take that long tag coming out the top end there, and I'm going to pull it. Should have a nice snell like that. Very nice looking leader. Now you've got some extra tag here. You're going to go ahead and take these clipper thingies, and you're going to want to get a very good hold. If you're using pliers, forget about it. You're going to wind up hooking yourself. Just pull as tight as you can. Get it on there tight. And then with a pair of clippers, these needle nose little clippers on them, or with a pair of scissors. Go ahead and cut that tag off. So you have a little stubby tag. Here's a part that a lot of people don't know about. I don't like these tags because I feel like they might poke the fish in the mouth. And fish might spit the bait out. So what I get is a lighter, and I melt it down. I get a nice little round ball in the end of there. Don't set your house on fire. And there we go. That's a beautifully snelled rig. With that cool look to it. And this cheap line looks really good. So next, come to the other end. Now make a loop. This is really easy. Make a loop, just like so. And you're going to fold the loop in on itself twice. You do it like that. And then do it again. And then take the two tags and whoop, just pull them together. Nice little loop to put on your snap swivel. Okay, and cut that off. The extra. For some reason, I still burn this end, even though I know the fish aren't going to touch it. I'm sort of got OCD when it comes to fishing, if some people noticed or not yet. So I just burn it a little bit. That'll prevent it from slipping if it ever, God forbid it ever slipped, but I've never had one slip before. And that's it. So we've got that. And you get that. And this has been primarily what I've been doing for alligator gar, and just every fish I fish for. I rig them all up like that. Let's do another one, but I'm going to show an easier setup. This is a much easier and quicker setup if you're in a hurry, you're out in a spot and the fish are just biting like crazy and you're rushing and you're just trying to get it done. Kind of a get her done hook is what it is, or rig. We're going to put the hook on the line. I'm going to loop it. And I'm going to do basically the exact same thing I did before with the base, but I'm going to use the hook. And I'm going to loop it through twice. And you can actually make some interesting rigs like this, because you can do two hooks at a time, and you could have a hook on the other side facing the same way like that. And I've done that. And you can use two live baits on a rig like that. That was a popular method for sturgeon. I don't like doing that. I like one hook. The reason I like one hook is you say you land a fish like that and the fish is thrashing around, you're trying to get that one hook out and you got that other one swinging. I've seen that hook go through people's hands before. So you sturgeon fishermen out there that use those store-bought rigs that look like that, if you actually become successful one day at sturgeon fishing, you're going to see some people get hooked in the hand. That's why even when I sturgeon fish, this is the same exact rig I use for sturgeon. The same snelled rig, same thing, just for everything. Mooching rigs, you can get really good at snelling hooks. You can make really good mooching rigs. I can actually snell 4 hooks on one line, just all the way up. This you really just do one with this, because if you pull from the other end, that knot doesn't quite work that way. This has got to be cut off. This can't have any. This has got to be removed. But if the hook is pulled from this, it just gets tighter. It's a better knot the tighter it gets. But there you go. And I'll be fishing tomorrow, and we'll see what we get. We've got a really hot spot. I've hooked some really big fish out there. We brought biggest one we brought in was only 13 pounds, small. But we've had one on the line that was probably pushing 100 pounds that spit the hook on us. So we found some big gar out there, and we've been using carp heads, and hopefully we get one tomorrow. But thanks for watching. We'll see how these rigs work.